Breaking news. This one are good news. A very good news to the Obidati family. You know why? Wetin make me talk am. This video one at the CSO na concerning this woman wey be say she a party na ADC and she dey contest for House of Representative for her party. But the thing wey come happen be say she can't say people wey wan vote for her make dem vote for Peter Obi, and that's their party, so they get their own presidential candidate too. But she can't carry her support go give her to Mr. Peter Obi. Oh my God! So Arrest TV na come call the woman, say make the woman come talk the reason why she do like that. So now the woman come for interview for Arrest TV. My people, as e dey hot, make una dey lis ten to wetin this woman talk. Abeg, if you know say you no dey follow my page and you no dey share my video, wetin you still dey wait for? Do quick to dey follow this page and to dey share this video. I go see you next time. Oh yeah, wetin this woman talk.
And to discuss this and even more, we're now being joined in the studio by Juliet Isikhare. She is, of course, a House of Representative candidate for Amak Buhari constituency of the African Democratic Congress, the ADC. Juliet, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's start with the fact that I do know that your party, the ADC, you have a presidential candidate in the person of Dumebi Kachukwu. You're seeking the House of Representatives, people to vote for you, but vote for a different candidate for president. Talk to us about why, and isn't this going to be seen as an anti-party activity by your party?
Okay, absolutely not, because the ADC party in September expelled her presidential candidate, and we know by the Constitution each candidate run on the platform of the party, and that's under the working committee of the RAF Wonsu, which has actually declared this. Yes, it's fine, he's actually a candidate under the INEX list, but the party does not recognize him, and so they've left all candidates, and that's what's happening today. No candidate is actually flying his flag, and it's unfortunate that is so. And that's what we are faced with.
No, that's not true, because here we did, correct me if I'm wrong, I remember I had Raf Wosu here in the studio, here on Newsnight, and we clarified the fact that INEX rule says you can only have 2 terms of 4 years as chairman. He's been chairman for almost 20 years, and I do know that you do have a board of directors headed by Senator Grace Akwoshiki, and they recognize Dumebi Kachukwu, and so does INEC on the website. ADC does have a candidate, and he's Dumebi Kachukwu. But beyond all of the party problems, I'm asking you as if this would not be seen as anti-party. You're not concerned about that at all?
I'm not concerned, because ADC has 2 fractions, which Nigerians clearly know. So actually those who actually sign reports to INEC is under the RAP Wonsu's government. And so until they ratify that, maybe by court action, which I don't think there's any judgment as to that effect, would actually give you clarity to if it's Akwashiki or Raf Wonsu. But for now, the ADC candidate is under Raf Wonsu, identify him as our...
Okay, the second part of the question, Peter, will be why you decided to support him as against...
Okay, first of all, I'll start by saying, as the youngest candidate in the history of Nigeria today, running for the House of Rep seat, I am clearly a youth, and I'm a pro-youth. So therefore, the FCT constituency, which I plan to represent, are for the obedient movement, and which we had started before the whole issue of suspension or special, and it will clearly do me a lot of good and to my people to actually go for what the people want. And FCT is really just the clamor has been that okay, yes, let's go for a nation that we actually demand accountability, and so actually I do not intend to go against my generation.
And under the platform that you're running, the ADC, right, the problem of accountability, looms really large than the rest. And how will your supporters in the Federal Capital Territory take it? And already the PDP has made great inroads here back into, the local councils and the rest.
The truth is that we have awoken a lot of people who have never voted in the FCT. FCT is known for people who have actually been docile over the years. And this is the first time we are seeing a high rate of youths, and even non-indigenous going to go and pick up their PVCs. They've left the seat of the House of Rep and Senate to the indigenous over the years, and they've actually received it with great excitement, understanding that, okay, here's not just a youth, somebody who is actually has visions and want to see that everybody is carried along in the FCT, which was unlike what has been happening in the past. So it's a new regime. It's in charting a new course, and we're actually seeing that everybody participates in this election. Over time, they've not been doing a lot of voter sensitization, and that's what we're taking time to do. Come out, vote. You have a role to play in the FCT. People just come, live here, think FCT is just Maitama, Garike, and a whole lot of place, forgetting that there are so many issues that needs to be addressed, talked about, and then spoken about in the House of Representatives and also in the Parliament of Nigeria.
Right.
Yeah.
And you talk about issues, and you say you want to go in there to address them. Highlight these issues for us and how you intend to tackle these issues that you speak of, especially for the betterment of those who reside here in the Federal Capital Territory.
Okay. Well, I'll start from the issue of the insufficient capacity of the classrooms. For instance, in Oshafa, the people are complaining of insufficient classrooms, and these are things that you can be able to liaise with the ministries of education, the health centers. We know the primary health centers across the 22 wards are in a dilapidated state. You go to places like Igushiri, they do not even have a working healthcare center system. We have places across Orozo, Kubwa, where I was even born and I reside, does not even have a good healthcare system apart from the general hospital which I was born into. So these are the issues addressing my people and talking about them or standing up for something the people want to see. We are tired of just centering so much money and finance on the private sector. What about those that the government have put over the years to actually cater for those who are not buoyant? And these have been affecting our land. Now, for instance, you look at Igbo, they do not have a network. They actually go to the mountain to actually draw network. And these are places, people don't even know Igbo exists in FCT. They just...
What area of the FCT is that? Really?
That's the Buhari Area Council. And that's so sad. And these are things that when you write to these various parastatals communication, they'll be able to address this, because we know that people will listen to or celebrate people in a place of influence. And that's what we want to do.
And are you really being able to convince them with such setbacks, can't have basic social amenities?
Yeah, because they've had representatives in the past. Minkajiba has been there for a bit of time now, and you're saying, basic amenities is non-existent.
So what would you be telling them?
The truth of the matter is that we'll face a whole lot of, they do not even conceptualize, they don't understand these things because of the high rate of illiteracy in the land. And so we are planning to harness those who are literate enough, who can understand what a manifesto is, because these people are still tied to wanting tomato, pepper, onions, and Maggi, than listening to a candidate who is interested in them. And over time, we've had people represent these people. What have they done in the past? I don't think there's any time they've stood up to actually chat something with respect to all these issues that pertain to the people. And what about the non-indigenous, who actually speaks their cause, who actually pursues the issue of social injustice that ravage the people of the FCT? Everybody just think anything goes. You can harass, intimidate anybody here because nobody cares. So for the first time, we'll wake up the seat of the House of Rep and make people feel that truly FCT can have a representative.
We really do hope so, because we know within the city center you still have, areas that are not tarred, where no water and the rest, the street lights are not working. And yes, you have the local chairman, they collect allocations every month.
We can do
nothing
better,
to write
definitely. We'll have to say thank you so much to her.
Yeah, Barrister Juliet E.C. Ikayere. She's a lawyer and a politician running under the African Democratic Congress.
Absolutely.
We say all the best to you.
Thank you so much.